what's going on today on the RC channel, or the Jeep channel. We're gonna get to looking at this hard body again. I decided to kind of jump in here and maybe lower it down. I'm entertaining the idea of doing 1.9s. The 2.2s are really big. I thought, for scale detail, the 1.9s might suit a little better. So let's cut to the chase here. Anyways, in order to body drop this, the shock towers are too tall. So what I've done here is I've taken this battery pack here, and simply what we're going to do is we're going to mount this battery pack in the back there. And as you can tell, I've already started cutting the back end out of this thing. Started out just running a drill and using side cutters. That wasn't working too well. You can see I've been fighting with it, and it's really rough. Anyways, I got to doing some thinking and got a metal wheel here, cutoff wheel for a Dremel rotary tool. So what we've done is we've started running cut straight down through here. Again, it's rough, but this right here eventually will be painted black, and the whole idea is to cover it. So what's going to happen is I'm going to cut this back end out like a box and put that battery pack piece of plastic in the back. We're going to mount the magnets inside this box. Hopefully it'll work. I think it's going to be a little tricky because you do have the divots. I'm going to try. If this don't work, I'm going to try something else. But anyways, that's where we stand on it. So the whole idea is for these Topsy shock towers to come up inside of that box, and what's going to happen is it'll lower the body down. Because as you can tell right now, I got a massive body gap right now, and I'm just trying to tuck it in tighter. I did get the front to set down good. The ESC is currently hanging outside of the truck right now, or the Jeep. You can see it right over here. It's hanging outside. But without that ESC there, I'm able to get the body to sit down like I want it. The problem I'm running into is the fact that it won't sit down very far into it. So again, probably gonna have to adjust on this front radio box. Man, this is just a work in progress, and this is where we stand at. And I just wanted to post an update. But anyways, we're gonna go and trim this out and see what we can do here, and then we're going to have to look at what we're going to do about the front. I'm not real sure yet. I'm not trying to go with an exposed radio. I kind of would like to reuse the battery box, but it's a possibility we may have to get rid of it and mount the transmitter to the chassis itself somewhere. So anyways, guys, that's where we stand on this thing. It's looking pretty good. I think we're going to make it, now that I've figured out to use the cutoff wheel here. It's kind of a pain, my Dremel. I'm sure you're wondering why I'm using a drill. The Dremel battery, it's just a cheap Dremel. It's a $20 Dremel, and those Walmart batteries just don't hold. So I've got the drill. It's kicking butt on this so far. It's kind of hard to use it at an angle, and it really makes it hard to make precision cuts. But the overall result, this thing's a toy. I'm not going for, A+ precision, if it's got a couple little things with it. It's handmade, so I'm doing all this myself, so it ain't gonna be perfect. Anyways, guys, that's where we stand at it on it. I'm gonna keep working on this. Alrighty, guys, so I don't know if you can tell, we've already had a good little difference here. So I ended up cutting all this out. Had to do some pretty major deal here. But you can see it's already dropped down some more. Just a little bit. I'm kind of working at this, getting it leveled out. Ended up having to trim some more out of here because due to the fact of the transmission, the spur gear and all that coming up into here more, I had to open it up some more to allow it to come up in there more so the body could sit down further. Now we're just trying to figure out, a little trial and error. We're cutting out a little here, and just trying to get this to come down just a wee bit more. I want to close this gap as much as possible, and we're just about there. So, guys, we're gonna keep working with this and keep you posted. So here's where we stand on this. I have been working away at this. You can see we've cut open the back to allow the shocks tires to come on up through there. I got a theory on this. May just leave the front body mounts attached because it comes off a little. We may find out later on down the road on the trail and stuff it might have problems, but like from here, it looks pretty good and it's holding pretty solid as far as the back end. There's not near as much bumper gap. I'm pretty satisfied with it, so I think we're going to leave this like it is for now. I think I'm going to put the back of the back seat back on and kind of see how it looks. Maybe slap the backs of the front seats on, and we'll see where we stand on this. Not looking too bad. So I ended up finding out that this seat over here, the passenger seat, was causing the body to have this gap back here. And as you can tell, I have closed it. I'm so excited. This is awesome. Been hard at work at this thing. It just didn't seem like it was coming. Couldn't figure it out. Well, after a bunch of trial and error and trimming from underneath inside of here and cutting back that seat, I found out that's what the problem was when the spur gear came up through the body. It was hitting the bottom of the seat, and that was what was causing the trouble. So if you look now, guys, it looks awesome. I'm pretty happy with it. Anyways, what I'm going to do next is we're going to turn around, put the top on, and I think I'm going to stop here and leave this thing alone. We might go for a little test drive to see what happens. I'm going to test it out, see how it looks after the body's been mounted, or after, get a little sidetrack. After the top's put on, might put the doors on just to see what it looks like, completely put together. But guys, just want to touch base. From what I've seen in this Inorja hard body, it's a good body. It looks good overall. My only biggest complaints would be they're not made to fit specific RCs, and they really do not work well with the Axial SCX10, the first generation, and that's what we have here is the first generation. That is the higher profile transmission. You have the larger spur gear way up high. That really causes an issue. It can be made to work. There's probably better ways I could have done this, but for my purposes and for the sake of just trying to do as much as possible without having to go out and buy stuff left and right, parts and stuff, and use what I already had on hand, this was the best option. So in turn, this is where we stand on it. It's not made to fit. I had to make it fit, and this is what you have to do in order to make it fit. So, long story short, just to summarize so far what we've done, we cut out an opening back here. So, what I'm thinking is maybe a piece of plastic or something to put these magnets back on, get the rear mounts, but I'm thinking it seems to be pretty solid. I might just leave it alone and see how it does. I opened up the back end so it could slide up in there. Probably didn't need to open it this much, but oh well, it's too late now. Can't take it back. Also, to make it fit, we had to open up the center console and cut into that. A lot of people probably, for scale detail, probably don't want to do that. I don't recommend it, and you guys are probably spending more money to put the transmission and stuff in. I'm doing this stuff on a budget. It's a budget scale build. So far, I ain't really out a whole lot of money on this thing, except for the body itself, and I had to do some serious cutting and grinding to really get it to work. You can still see there's some spots, that I might go back with some black tape and kind of cover up around these white edges a little bit. I'm not sure. Black tape was just an idea. Anyways, guys, so far we've just got the front magnetic mounts set in. You can see them there. They're holding pretty strong. Again, I think it helps because it's kind of hooking in the back a little bit. There's a little bit of body wiggle there. I can feel it shifting slightly, but it's pretty solid. Get it out on the trail and on some angles, it might be a different story. But anyways, guys, we're going to get the top on. I'll grab a couple pictures when we get done. maybe do a quick look around outside so you can kind of see where we're at on it. What's going on today, guys? So we're back out here doing a shakedown run of the SCX10 with the hard body. Seems to be holding up pretty well. The one thing I noticed again, it's just really top heavy and the body tends to roll quite a bit. Does cause it to fall off when it gets on some more extreme angles. We're going to work on remedying that. I'm thinking maybe getting some brackets with some screws and just hard mounting the body to the bumpers, and that should remedy the body falling off. But anyways, let me just spin the camera around and we're going to take some shots of the Jeep itself. Alright guys, so here it is. It's been running for a minute. Been using it so far, again, holding up real well. Let's just, you can kind of see how she's looking. The only concerns I have, again, and I'm going to have to work on it a little more, is the body is slightly shifted to one side in the rear, and you can probably see it right there. But anyways guys, she's looking pretty good. Been hard at work on this thing. Spent a lot of time on it yesterday, got in there today and adjusted on the body just slightly just to see what I could do. But anyways guys, here she is. Got the American flags in the back windows there on both sides. And something I added today, you can kind of see I just taped it up in there, but yeah, looking pretty cool. Don't tread on me. I thought that was pretty neat, but so far Jeep's looking pretty awesome. But anyways guys, here she is. She's running good. I'll do a running video here later. I know I said I was going to add one in this video, but due to the fact that it is falling off, maybe another ride with me series video, we'll do it there. So anyways guys, here she is, man. Hope you liked the video.